Welcome to Running Plays with Coach P. Wade. I am Coach P. Wade. And y'all, we are getting closer and closer to 2025, which I know is crazy. This year is just going by, just like every other year does. But it's just always when we get to like November time frame, it's like, wow, we're really about to, step into another year. And as we go into this next year, we got what 50, 55 days, depending on when you're watching this, left in 2024. It's really time to start thinking about, and I know I talk about being present, but you also do want to prepare for your future. It's time to really start thinking about what you want your 2025 to look like. Like, what are you going to do different this year? Like, those, like a lot of us make those promises to ourselves that we're going to be better, we're going to grow, we're going to be healthier, we're going to save money, we're going to read more books, all these different things. And we go into the next year and then life happens and all that kind of just flies to the wayside. And I don't want that to happen to you this year. I don't know what your 2024 looked like. If it was amazing and then you did the things that you said you were going to do, great. Clap for yourself. Go into 2025 and build upon what you put in place, right? That foundation. But if you aren't that person and 2024 didn't go how you had envisioned for it to go in 2023, then it's time to take reflect and think about, what do I need to do different? And that's what I want to talk about. Like, what are you going to do different? Like, really ask yourself, reflect on that question. What am I going to do different going into 2025? What did I do at the end of 2023 going into 2024? Like, what kind of preparation did I even prepare? Or did I just jump into 2024 like, hey, I'm here, right? If that is the case tonight, we're going to talk about prepping. We're on the runway right now. Y'all going to hear me talk about that. Like, you just don't get on a plane and it just automatically starts flying, right? You the plane, right? You got to get on the runway for it first. It takes some acceleration. You got to get on the runway first, and you got to accelerate. You got to do some things prior to you begin flying. We on the runway right now. We on the runway in 2024, ready to take off into 2025. And it's time for you to take off next year. It's time for you to not let yourself down next year. It's time for you to put you first. It's time for you to pour into yourself and invest in yourself. And that's the way you're going to have a good 2025. If you make the decision right now, a purposeful decision, that in 2025, I'm going to truly invest in myself, life is going to happen. That's just what it is. That's the reality. Life is going to happen. But no matter what happens, this is what I'm going to do. I have a clear plan and a clear vision of what I want my 2025 to look like, and I'm going to stick with it. Is it going to be perfection? Hell no. You're going to have days where you can't do some of the things. You're going to have days where you don't feel like doing some of the things because you're a human being, and you're going to give yourself grace and compassion on those days. But you're going to do your damn best to show up in 2025 as the best you. And one of the things we're going to do, we're going to talk about three things tonight. We're going to talk about investing in yourself health-wise, investing in yourself financially, and investing in yourself with your personal development. Because if you could do those three things and create routines and have a solid foundation, I guarantee you're going to have a great year. I guarantee you're going to have a successful year. I guarantee you're going to have a fulfilling year. So we're going to talk about first investing in your health and what that looks like. It doesn't look like you signing up for Planet Fitness. It doesn't look like you getting a personal trainer. It doesn't look like you signing up for some program. We do that, right? And that's okay. I'm not saying don't do those things, but let's talk about a little bit further than just that physical health. We're going to exercise for sure. Like, exercise is part of our health. Eating right is part of our health. But if you don't have the energy to do that, then how are you going to even get there? So we need to focus on the things prior, the prerequisites. Y'all remember back in college, you had a prerequisite. You couldn't go to this class until you passed this class. You got to have a prerequisite. Let me say the word right. You got to have a prerequisite prior to getting to the gym. Okay, because if you don't, you're going to set yourself up for failure because you're not going to have the energy to get up in the morning, afternoon, evening, after work, whatever you're trying to work out because you're tired. So how do we get the energy to even get to getting to the gym? You get the energy by doing things such as reducing your stress, finding out what your stressors are, writing that down, because you got to know what your stressors are. You have to know what your trigger points are. Those things are important. You're going to get energy. We're going to talk about what we put into our body. That's very important, right? So watching journaling what you're eating, so you can journal, you have a food log, so you know, when I put this in my body, I feel sleepy. When I put this in my body, I feel heavy. When I put this in my body, I feel inflamed. So you can know there's certain foods that you might need to eliminate or eat in moderation in your diet because it's having these effects. Or when I eat this, I feel energetic. I feel ready to go. I feel more alive, right? So doing the things that are going to get you more energy, drinking water, setting goals for, okay, I'm gonna drink 64 ounces of water a day, whatever the case may be for you and your body size and all that. I'm gonna drink a gallon. But doing the things prior to getting to the gym so you can actually get to the gym. Like I said, reducing stress, journaling, different things like that, getting enough rest. Like, I know I rise at 5 and, I'm an energetic being, but I get my rest, y'all. I don't just go to sleep at 12 and rise at 5. No, I'm getting in bed at 9. I'm probably sleep between 9:48 and 10 o'clock. That's how I rise at 5. I have to get enough rest so I can have energy to do all the things that I want to do, all the things I want to accomplish. So make sure we do the prerequisites prior to saying we going to the gym. Do not sign up for a gym. Do not get you a trainer. Do not sign up for a program before you get the prerequisites of how you going to get your energy. What's your energy source? What are you going to do differently to get that energy in 2025? So that's number one. We're talking about investing in our health, and we're going to be healthy in 2025 because why not? We got too much information out here. We have too many resources. We have too many ways that we can do it. And all we have to do is take it day by day. We don't got to go lose 30 pounds in a month. We don't got to go gain 10 pounds of muscle. We don't have to do all those things. We just have to take it day by day, create a routine, and stay consistent with it. And that's it. So that's going to be the number one thing. The second thing is, and a lot of people don't like talking about it, but I have to talk about it, is financial investment. Like investing in ourselves by learning about finances, like financial literacy, right? What are you going to do different in 2025? Like, are we going to keep doing the same thing over and over? Are we going to keep rolling over the same debt year after year? Are we going to keep spending like we just it's no ends, no means, whatever. Like, no, we're just gonna spend because we got it, and we're not planning for retirement. We ain't thinking about it. Like, that's in 30 years. So why am I planning for retirement today? We not planning for generational wealth. I won't be here anymore. So why does that matter? No, 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 no. Your retirement is gonna be here sooner than you know, sooner than you think. Your kids, you want to leave your kids and your family something if possible. And it is possible. But you're going to have to start today. You're going to have to start in 2025. Like, how do I save? How do I create a budget? We're going to do the basics. We ain't got to go all the way into the stock market. I'm going to get y'all there, but we ain't got to go all the way into the stock market and investing in different things quite yet. We just need to figure out how can we stop rolling over the debt? How do we start reducing and eliminating the debt? And how do we create a nice budget where we can start saving money? Think about it like this. A lot of y'all watching this, we have habits. Like, we got these vices. We got the Starbucks. We got the Chick-fil-A's. I mean, I'm probably talking about myself, but we got these things, and it's okay to have those things, but it's also, you want to, if you're doing that, how are you saving as well? So I'll give you this example. I drink Starbucks 5 days a week probably. That's $7.50 a day. Probably a little bit more with taxes, like $7.87. But we're going to use $7.50 because that's like a typical. And there's a lot of people that can relate to this equation I'm about to give y'all. So if you go to Starbucks and you spend $7.50 a day on a cup of coffee, cool. It's a fulfilling thing. It gives you energy, right? Maybe we can find other sources. But for me, I like the warmth of it, the feeling, the vibe. So $7.50 on this cup of coffee, 5 days a week. If you do that over the year, first of all, you're spending $150 a month, right? So if you're spending $150 a month on a cup of coffee, y'all just stay with me, right? $150 a month on a cup of coffee, that's $1,800 a year. So $1,800 a year. If you put that same $150 into a high yield savings account, and I'm not going into stocks, y'all, but if you put that $150 into a high yield savings account, it's just a savings account that gets compound interest, and I'm going to break that down in other episodes, but $150 into a high yield savings account. In the next 5 years, if all you do is just pay that high yield savings account, just like you paying Starbucks every single month, you're going to have over 10K saved. That's simple. That's simple, y'all. So look into that. Research it. I'm not making this up. Research tonight or today when you're watching this high yield savings account. What is that? I always tell people, if you have a regular savings account, your money, you're losing money because the value of the dollar is going down, and the cost of things is going up. So you want to have your money growing and working for you. And that's just one way to do it. So that's not the only way, but I just want to give you that example with a real life thing, like a cup of coffee, on how whatever you're spending there, if you put it there in 5 years, it could be that. And that's just how that works, y'all. So learning about these type of things, reading books on financial literacy, watching YouTube courses on it, and start with the basics, and then just get yourself, like me, I wish I had it right here, but I write down, I'm still old school, y'all. I write down my monthly expenses. I write down what I brought in, what my monthly expenses are, what I'm putting into savings, what I'm tithing, what I have left to remain spending. Am I overspending? Am I under, like, whatever the case may be. I ain't gonna say underspend. We never underspend. I don't even know if people do that because Amazon, right? But making sure I'm being intentional and I actually know where my money's going, because there was a time in my life where I didn't know where my money was going. There was a time in my life where I can go into my account and I'm like, dang, I didn't realize I didn't cancel that subscription. I didn't realize this place was still charging me. Know where your money is going, and then also make sure you're set up for like a budget. Make sure you really in 2025 create one so you can start eliminating that debt. And then I talked about it earlier this year. When I get on a rampage, y'all, I can go. We talked about earlier this year, when you get your additional money, tax refunds and different things, bonuses from work, don't just go spend it just because you got a lump sum. Just be like, a lot of us, especially in my community, we get money and we can't hold it for some reason. Like, my mom used to be like that. Every time she got paid, she would spend it all. She would figure it out. Walmart got a sale. It's only $5. Oh, it's only $3 here. It's only this. And then next thing you know, we check the check and things are not getting paid, right? Hold on to that money. Put it in something. Like, don't just spend it just because you get the lump sum. Now you got to go buy your kids more shoes. Now you got to go on a whole shopping spree. Now you got to travel and do things that are outside of your means. And I say they're outside of your means because you still got debt that hasn't been paid. I ain't gonna go harp on that too much on this episode because we're gonna have a whole financial session and season. But y'all, when you get those lump sums of money, think about if you would have kept it all the other years. I always tell people, I don't know how much people get paid. I don't get tax refunds, but if you get paid an extra $5,000 every single year, and what if you were putting that into something because it's just extra? If it is extra, and you save that up, not all of it, let's say some of it, 3,000 of it, right? Over the last 10 years from you being 20 to 30. Like, that's $30,000. That's a down payment on the house, right? So it's just little things like that. And everybody, I know y'all probably like, everybody don't have it like that. Cut back on certain things. We have it. When you look at the cost of, maybe it's cigarettes, maybe it's a drink you have, maybe it's food. We all have, maybe it's the damn lotto. Everybody have all these different things where we say it's hard out here and all that. Yes, it is. I get that and I agree. But there are certain things that we probably could eliminate and then use that money to save for a better life. And if you put it, you can eventually have a better life. Put it in some places. Like, let that money grow and let that money work for you. And the last thing, y'all, I know I harped on finances for a minute. The last thing is personal development. And y'all know I'm big on that. Like, I'm in the personal development space. Obviously, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a life coach. I'm an author, all those things. We really have to tap into that more in 2025. And I'm not just talking about reading books. Yes, we want to read books. We want to read more books. Like, knowledge is power. Like, I don't know who said that, but it gives you so much information. And if you utilize that information, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to learn, grow in, if you want to speak better, whatever, have more information so you can communicate better, that information in books is great. But we can't just stop with books. And also one thing, no, I'm gonna come back. We just can't stop with books, but also getting yourself out there. There are a lot of conferences that are giving out information, and all of them, there's some free conferences, there's some virtual conferences, and there's some in-person ones where you can get a lot of information on whatever it is that maybe you're interested in, whatever you want to grow and improve in. Like, personal development is big and it's key because maybe you're feeling stuck in life. Maybe you're in a job that you don't like. Maybe there's something different you want to do, but you don't know how to do it. If you go and spend time learning, whatever it is, I promise you, I guarantee you, no matter what you think, you can do whatever you want to do, and you can learn what you want to learn, and then you can go do it. Like, it's actually a true thing. But I'm going to tell y'all one thing. You can read all the books. You can go to all the conferences. You can listen to all the audios. You can listen and watch all the podcasts. But information without application is equivalent to constipation. It's going to leave it. You're going to stay stuck. Like, I'm going to say that one more time because I just recently came up with that and I like it. Information without application is equivalent to constipation. And when I say that, like, actually think about it. You're going to stay stuck in life, stuck in seasons, stuck, like, not executing, like just talking about things all the time with zero execution. And if you just talking with no execution, what are you even doing, right? Y'all know the people in life that's always talking. Yeah, I'm about to start this. Yeah, I'm about to do that. Yeah, me and my boy about to, but they never execute. Like, let's execute in 2025. Let's get to the point of execution. And I talk about it in my book in order to get to execution, because you need 5 keys. I got these 5 keys I talk about to unlock greatness within yourself. But you're going to have to be consistent. You're going to have to be accountable. You're going to have to be disciplined, right? You're going to have to be committed. And then you have to execute. Then you'll be able to execute once you have all of that. And you can do all you can do all of that, but you're going to have to set routines. You're going to have to build this foundation, right? And that's all I want for you. I want 2025 to be your best year alive. I want 2025 to be your best year alive. And that's just what it is. But in order for it to be that, you're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to be intentional. You're going to have to be focused, and you're going to have to be consistent. You're going to have to stop letting yourself down. You're going to say, I will no longer let myself down. I will no longer quit. I will execute. I will complete. I will stay consistent. I will be disciplined. I will be accountable. All those things. Speak that into yourself daily. And y'all, that's all I got. 2025, we're investing in ourselves. We're investing in our health. We're investing in our financial literacy. We're investing in our personal development. We're going to become better people because 2025 will be our best year alive, period. And y'all, I always forget to say it at the beginning because I'm always, thinking. But if you're not locked in with me on my social media sites, TikTok at Coach P. Wade, Instagram at Coach P. Wade. Please follow me. If you haven't already please like and subscribe to my channel, and please share it with one person. Just one person, please. A family, a friend, a colleague. Share it with them. Let them know, hey, this is an uplifting channel. It's going to motivate you, inspire, because that's all I'm here to do. That's all I'm here to do is help, inspire, uplift, and motivate. And y'all, that's all I got. I hope you all really enjoyed this episode. We're on the runway going into 2025, and it's going to be a good year, y'all. That's all I got. Coach P. Wade, I'm out.